I'm Maura Carley, founder and president of Healthcare Navigation. We are insurance consultants and advocates for individuals and families. And we've launched this educational series to share the knowledge that we've gained over the many years we've been in business, as well as before, with all of you who are interested in learning more about healthcare coverage. And we think it's so important that people understand their coverage. It's all about paying what you should pay and not more. And we see many mistakes made in this field where people are paying amounts they shouldn't. So it's worthwhile to understand this whole area better. Today we're going to talk about the network of providers. We are in an era where there's always a network, and the providers who are in your insurer's network are those that have a contract with your provider. We talked about products earlier. If you have a product like an HMO, Health Maintenance Organization, you only have coverage if you see the providers that are in network with your plan. You have no out-of-network option. But it's important to understand, even if you have out-of-network benefits, what it means to you to stay in network when you can. It gives you the most predictability of your out-of-pocket expense, and it provides you the most financial protection, because even if your provider office hangs on to a claim for longer than its claims filing period, and they are not paid as a result of that, you are still protected. That's a very important protection. Also, when you're in network, you don't file the claims. Your provider files the claims for you. That's a tremendous convenience. So how do you determine whether someone's in network? And this is a challenge. It's probably one of the greatest causes of medical bills people didn't expect, thinking someone's in the network and they're not. So our advice when you're researching whether someone is in network is to always use your own personal health insurance portal, your own online account. And you go to the search tool and find the provider. And even if the provider is there, know that sometimes these directories are out of date. Also call the office. And you don't say, do you take X? Do you take this? You say very, very specifically, are you in network with, and then you describe your plan with the product. You may even need the information right on your card. If you do both of those things and still end up finding yourself having seen a person who's not in the network, at least you've armed yourself with ammunition for requests to your insurer that they respect the claim because their directory information was out of date. Do you always stay in network? Well, that's really a personal decision. Staying in network means the most convenience, the most financial protection, but sometimes people move from a richer plan to a plan with a more narrow network, and they want to stay with doctors who are not in their new network that they've been with for many years, so they choose a higher deductible, more catastrophic plan, often in that situation, and just pay their doctors out of pocket. But if you have serious illness, it is a very significant issue to maximize being in network. And of course, you don't want to be out of network for a hospital stay, if at all possible. So if you have questions about this area, it's such an important area, leave your comments on our YouTube channel, and we will do our very best to get to them. And we look forward to seeing you in the future for our next session. Take care. Hello, Maura Carley back again to talk about the network, because my staff felt pretty passionately I had to emphasize a certain area that I did not. I touched on it, but let's give a real life example to drive this point home, because networks can be so different. That is the point. Let's take someone who lives in New Jersey, who worked in Manhattan for many, many years and saw Manhattan doctors without any issue because they had a plan that had a national network. So they could have seen in-network doctors in that national network in Jersey or in New York or Massachusetts or wherever. They then leave this job with the rich coverage with a national network. But let's just say the person's retired and not yet eligible for Medicare, so going into the individual market. What people learn in these situations, often to their dismay, is that there's no product they can buy near home that allows them to see doctors, in this case, in Manhattan. So the point of this is coverage is different and networks are different. So you need to become familiar with what your options are given different scenarios. But networks can be regional, networks can be state-based, and networks can be national. So thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. Thank you.